Hi there! Today we will show you how to quickly set up an integration with the OpenAI Assistant's API using Albato and without writing a single line of code. Assistants can really help you out by taking care of all your communication with clients in messages like Telegram, WhatsApp, and Slack. They can also handle data management in Google Sheets, interaction with task breakers, and a bunch of other apps. We will take a look at an example of creating an assistant integration with Telegram bot to show you Albato's capabilities. You will learn how to connect your assistant with over 600 apps. If there is an app or action you want to connect but it's not listed in Albato, you can easily add it using simple tools that let Albato link with other apps via APIs. Our assistant is trained on Albato data. We will look at creating them later. Let's say we ask the bot a question. I'm a digital manager, and I'm responsible for paid traffic from social networks. How can Albato help me? It gives us tips on how to integrate digital marketing. Head over to Albato. This is where you will find the automation section, where you can access all the integrations you have configured. If you don't already have an Albato account, just click on the link in the comments of this video and you will get 2-week free trial to get started. Feel free to ask questions in the comments or join our Telegram community Albato Helpers, where you will find support and answers to any questions you may have. Let's get started. Click the Create New Automation button and set up a trigger. Triggers are events that trigger an automation. When someone sends a message to Telegram, the automation will run. Choose Telegram and the incoming message event, then set up the connection. The link to the instructions will be in the video description. You will need to add your bot token. Click the Add a Trigger and skip the common setup. Now, it's time to customize the action. Choose OpenAI and the Message to Assistant action. To customize the connection, you will need to head over to your OpenAI account and check out the API's Key tab. From there, you can either create an existing one. Once you've got that set up, you'll need to specify it in the connection. Let's jump right to the Assistants tab. Here, you can create a new assistant, give it a name, write instructions on how it should work, choose a model, and attach files. It can be PDF, CSV, or JSON. For instance, we have added articles and dialects from our online consultant so that our assistant can work with this information when communicating with our clients. Go back to Albato and set up the connection. Click the Add an Action button. Now, let's decide which data to send to our OpenAI Assistant. Assistant is a required field. Just choose an assistant from the OpenAI list. Message to Assistant is a required field too. Enter the text of the message you want to send to the assistant. Choose the text option from the Telegram step. The Thread ID field is an optional field. It identifies the thread within which the assistant maintains the context of the conversation. It keeps the previous context while continuing the dialogue. We will customize it later. Override instructions is an optional field. You can use this to give the assistant specific instructions on how to behave during a conversation. Additional instructions is also an optional field. You can use this to add extra instructions to the assistant's task. Click the Save button. Let's make a simple bot. We will add one more action. It will send a response from OpenAI to our bot. Choose Telegram and the Send Message action. Connection is created earlier. Click the Add an Action button. Now, we need to map the fields. In the Chat ID field, choose the value from the first Telegram step. Markup type is Markdown. Choose the OpenAI response message in the text field. Click the Save button. Let's test out our bot. Click the Start button and go to the automation log. This is where you can see all the data that was sent and received by Albato. Go to Telegram and send a message to the bot. And here we can see that our automation is working. In the automation log, we see that the thread ID is passed here, which allows us to remember the context within the dialogue. A new thread ID is created with each message. Let's send another message to Telegram and check. We got a new message and noticed that the thread ID is different. Now we need to pass this ID when requesting OpenAI. How do we do that? There are a few ways. Let's take a look at the Albato storage functionality. Head over to the Albato Automation Builder and pause the integration. Albato Storage allows you to store and organize your data with flexibility. You can update each entry parameters dynamically and find the information you need. It is similar to Google Sheets, where you can save records, manage unique keys, and customize parameters. Each saved entry is like a row in the table, with column A always serving as the unique key ID for the entry. Add an action, choose Albato Storage, and define data by key action. Set up the connection. Come up with a name for your connection. There is an outer column A. We will pass the chat ID into it. We need to add one more variable, which is thread ID. Click Continue and add an action buttons. Go to the action settings, add a variable from Telegram, chat ID, and click Save. Go to the OpenAI step, add the Albato storage variable to the thread ID field and save it. We need to add another Albato storage action to record the first run. Choose Albato storage and the Add or Update Value action. Specify your connection. Click the Add an Action button. In the Key field, add the Chat ID variable from the first Telegram step. In the Thread ID field, choose the Thread ID variable from the OpenAI step. Click the Save button. Next, we need to make a record in the Albato storage step only once. To do this, we need to add a tool before the last step that stops automation on condition. Choose the Continue Automation option in the Action on Condition field. Add a new condition and choose the Albato Storage Thread ID value in the Value field. And the condition that it has no data. Click Save. Run the integration scenario and test the bot. Let's ask our bot another question. I'm going to ask the question again, based on the previous answer from OpenAI. Let's ask what integrations can be set up with Facebook ads. I will also ask if the assistant remembers my occupation. And it's answered correctly. Let's go to the automation log, and now we can see that on the first run we didn't find the key. And in the subsequent ones, we already passed the same thread ID, and now the bot remembers the context of the dialog. Another way to do this is through data routing. This lets you send welcome messages and then record thread IDs. This lets you integrate with WhatsApp and add things like a step to create a deal in HubSpot. You can also see examples of integrations with AI in our solutions section. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments of this video or in Albato Helpers community in Telegram. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. There are lots of useful automation videos. Thank you for watching.